Mirchi FM is #1 in Singapore.
I love Mirchi FM, it's so hot.
Dekhe mein lal lal, khaye mein high high. Tangi tangi tauba mein Mirchi FM is hot.
Here at Rugby Town, Singapore, love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1 in Cuba.
It's hot. Mirchi FM, bau julum julum.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
In this bulletin, 4 flats destroyed in a Dera fire. The Fijian Elections Office releases provisional voter list. And Fiji Roads Authority hires local contractors for rural roads. Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and this is FBC News. The Fijian Elections Office has released a provisional voter list for the September elections. Supervisor Mohammed Saneem says the list is based on the venues confirmed for voting. The Elections Office has launched an SMS or texting service for voters to check where they'll be casting their votes on September 17th. People have to send their electronic voter registration number to the number 545 and receive an automated reply with all the relevant details. The number runs on both Vodafone Fiji and Digicel networks and is a free service.
It is important that people know what is the venue that they have to go, and if there are things they want to do with that, they can do. So registered voters can now check this information and ascertain where they have to vote. It is important that I stress this point, that on 17 September, a voter will only be able to vote at the polling station that he or she has been assigned to.
There are 1,337 polling venues with 1,987 polling stations. An electronic copy of the voter roll can be bought for $1,500. A lunchtime fire at the Nduvula housing in Andera Nasinu has left 4 families homeless. The fire started in one of the flats and strong winds fanned the flames, causing the fire to spread to the adjoining flats. One of the homeowners said all the families have lost all their belongings.
We haven't got any information from the bystanders that there is any casualty on the fire.
The block of flats is located on Ratandovi Road in Andera. The launch of Taki Mai signals the revival of Fiji's Kava exports. Australian company South Pacific Elixirs has opened a new factory and nursery in Levuka, where Kava is processed into a flavoured drink and exported. Chanel Sivan has the details.
The idea for Taki Mai was born around the Tanoa. Founder of South Pacific Elixirs, Zain Yoshida, decided 5 years ago that he wanted to export Kava, but with a difference.
Lovely, lovely.
Today the product is ready to hit the US market as a soothing relaxation supplement made from Fiji-grown Kava.
Relaxation industry in the United States was estimated at $70 million a year and is expected to grow by around 25% per year up to 2016. Kava-based products comprise around 15% of that relaxation market.
Yangona is part of life in Fiji, but around the world, it's now being recognized as more than just traditional concoction.
The growth in demand internationally for Kava-based products is increasing, and there is a wealth of untapped potential. Kava farmers of Fiji are poised to benefit immensely. However, we must ensure that we keep these markets open and acceptable of Fiji Kava.
Yoshida employs about 10 people and has farmers from Levuka supplying green Kava plants. Prime Minister Voreng Bainimarama says this is a new era of opportunity.
This project marks yet another achievement in the search of rural and maritime development that has been taking place across Fiji. As your Prime Minister, I have committed my government to ensuring that progress and development is not only limited to the main island of Fiji level and big towns and cities, and indeed I'm very proud to see all the activity taking place around the country.
Research at the University of Queensland in Australia shows Kava is absolutely safe for consumption. Taki Mai will mainly be marketed in the US, Australia and New Zealand as a supplement to relax frayed nerves and relieve everyday stress. It will be available in 4 flavors. In Fiji, kava is a traditional drink friends bond sharing a bowl or a tanoa of kava while it relaxes and relieves stress. Takimai will be sold in the United States for $2.99 and in Fiji it will be sold for $8. Chanel Shivan, FBC News.
The Fiji Roads Authority has hired local contractors under the Rural Roads Program. The entire portfolio is worth $8.5 million and has been divided between 4 companies. Ellen Stolz reports.
The local contractors are Hot Spring Hire Limited, Hussein's Plant Hire, Khan Hire and Kashmir Transport. The Fiji Roads Authority has been working with the divisional commissioners to fix rural roads, but there's no deadline to complete the work.
With large construction contracts or any construction contract really, once the contract's awarded, you're really in the hands of the contractor as to how quickly they get through the work. We apply our best efforts to estimating how quickly they're going to get through that work.
Hot Spring Hire Limited will handle the Vesa Farm Road in the Central Division worth $900,000 and will see the improvements to 4.7 kilometers of road. Hussein's Plant Hire will carry out work on 23 kilometers of Namua Voivoi Road in the north, valued at $2.4 million. Work on Raravula Farm Road, also in the north, has been tendered to Khan Hire, with a project valued at $1.1 million.
I mentioned earlier the local contractors starting to really understand what a competitive, open, transparent tendering process is all about, and they're responding to that. But that's going to be an ongoing mission of just generally lifting the capability and capacity across the sector.
Although there are many challenges faced by the 18-month-old company, Cook says the company is working hard to meet its targets. Ellen Stolz, FBC News.
Still to come, 2 Fijians to feature in Bollywood production.
Gold FM is #1 here in Sigatoka.
Gold FM is our favorite radio station here in Lautoka.
Gold FM is #1 in Nen.
I love listening to Gold FM in Ba.
We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits here in Suva.
Hear about Batu Cola, you immediately think of gold. I'm Josephine Sabi and I love hearing Gold FM.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. The Education Ministry will assist 60 students who lost their classrooms in a fire at Korotari Area School in Lambasa. The school's manager, Prakash Sharma, says Class 2 and 6 students had to complete their second-term exams sitting on the veranda and a tent which was set up in the compound today. Sharma said the school closed at 3:30 p.m. yesterday and the fire started at 3:45. 3 classrooms and a library room were burned to the ground. Sharma says the estimated cost of damage is about $300,000. The Education Ministry will provide desks and chairs for the students. Apollo Hospitals Group of India has come up with plans to help reduce cancer in Fiji after extensive consultations with the health sector. Senior consultant Dr. Kaushik Bhattacharya says right now Fiji lacks integrated cancer care services. Shireen Lata reports.
3 people in Fiji are diagnosed with cancer each day. This was one of the findings from Apollo Hospitals Group, which presented its findings to the Fiji government 2 days ago. Dr. Kaushik Bhattacharya, who spent 3 months studying cancer care in Fiji, says services are too scattered.
While there is a lot of talk at the government levels and a lot of awareness at the level of the doctors, cancer is still not given the priority that it deserves. And as a result, we do not have an integrated cancer service in Fiji. So that is something that is needed. We need to have a person who champions the cause. We need to have people who are looking at cancer directly and nothing else.
Dr. Bhattacharya says if all cancer services are merged, it will have a huge impact on policy decisions and ensure that funds for cancer treatment are invested at the right place. He also says Fijians don't have enough knowledge on cancer.
Degree of helplessness and nihilism about cancer, once there is a diagnosis, people give up. They don't take the treatment properly because they think that even if I'm treated, it's not going to really help me because it's not curable and such. It is true that cancer is a difficult disease. It is not simple as getting a joint pain or getting a stomach upset. But it is no more the case that you will die of cancer every time. A lot of cancers are curable.
Fiji's High Commissioner to India, Yogesh Karan, says the report is a crucial guideline and its strategies should be adopted by the Health Ministry.
We had 10 super specialists from the Apollo Hospital and also the Chief Executive of Apollo Hospital. So this intent, you can see that development for Fiji in medical area has already started, and we need more collaborations, more partnership of such nature so that we can get expertise from India.
Apollo Hospitals is looking for land to build a facility in Fiji to provide a wide range of services. Sharin Lata, FBC News.
A 63-year-old step-grandfather has been sentenced to 13 years imprisonment for raping his 7-year-old step-granddaughter. The retired worker was found guilty of 2 counts of rape by the Lautoka High Court. The court heard the accused rape the child after threatening her on 2 occasions whilst he was living with her family last year. While sentencing the accused, Judge Justice P. Kumararatnam said his actions took the victim's dignity in society. Meanwhile, 3 men who raped and robbed a woman in Nandi in April last year have been sentenced to 10 years, 3 months behind bars. Josiah Nambo, Waisele Namokonino, and Daniel Varro Smith, who were all 19 at the time, attacked the victim as she was walking home from work at about 1:30 in the morning. They punched her and threatened her with a knife before taking cash, a mobile phone, and a digital camera. Following this, she was raped by each of the 3 men before they fled. All 3 men must serve a minimum of 8 years before parole. Cheryl Kumar and Dylan Palmer will feature in a Bollywood movie that will be produced in the country later this year. The duo were picked ahead of many potentials in the Digicel Fiji's Bollywood star search held recently. 22-year-old Kumar is currently working at Ernst & Young as an accountant and will be graduating from the University of the South Pacific.
We went through auditions to actually come to this stage to get these roles, hopeful of it. And being connected with Digicel and their projects and their campaigns, it has been a very interesting journey so far. And in regards to the Bollywood movie coming up, we're all very excited to see what's coming up in that.
The duo will also feature in the company's new advertising campaign. We turn to sports now, and Jamie joins you with the latest.
Good evening. In sports tonight, Nandronga Rugby Union issues deadline for FRU to address its concerns and an update from Team Fiji at the Commonwealth Games. This and more after the break.
Mirchi FM is #1 in Singapore.
I love Mirchi FM, it's so hot.
Deke me lala kai me hi. Tangi tauwa me Mirchi FM is hot.
Here at Rugby Town, Singatoka love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Mirchi FM is #1 in Suva.
It's hot.
Mirchi FM, bau julum.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Welcome back. The Fiji Rugby Union is yet to issue a statement regarding the Nandronga Rugby Union's threat to boycott the Skipper Cup semi-final this weekend. Nandronga Rugby Union President Tiko Matualu said the FRU is yet to address a number of issues raised by the union and is threatening to pull out of its semi-final clash against Suva at Lawanga Park. Some of the issues raised by the Nandronga Rugby Union include the non-payment of man-of-the-match performances for players since round 1 of the Skipper Cup competition, as well as the issuing of products from major sponsor CJ Patel to all unions. Matawalu has given Friday as a deadline for the FRU to address these issues. The names of golfers participating in the inaugural Fiji International Golf Tournament is expected to be finalized next week. This was revealed at the signing of a new partnership between Fiji International and NZ Bank today. Josephine Navula has the details.
We are just 3 weeks away from the historic opening of the first ever Fiji International Tournament. Over 120 world-class golfers are expected to take the course at the Nathan Bay Championship to compete for the US $1 million prize money.
Once entry is closed, the PGA Tour of Australasia and One Asia go through their respective entry lists, put them into categories, and then there's a cut-off line, obviously at 120, depending on people's rankings, whether they're above that or below that.
The tournament today received a financial boost of $115,000 from the ANZ Bank.
Goes into the tournament budget, of course, and things like players and accommodation for players, meals for players. We provide breakfast and lunch for the players throughout the week. Volunteers, we've got 300 volunteers that we provide meals for, shirts for, things like that. And so ANZ's contribution goes to helping those costs covered.
This addition is going to go a long way in helping promote Fiji as a golf destination, combined with tourism.
Josephine Navula, FBC Sports.
And you can follow the tournament right here on FBCTV next month. The Fiji Football Association has released the dates for the next player transfer window. The transfer window will open from the 1st to the 30th of September. Fiji FA also announced the transfer window dates for next season. The association believes this will give district associations and players ample time to sort out transfer issues and avoid any complications.
That's a normal requirement, and the board has decided that we have issued instructions to the district association, and they will all have to comply. I mean, it gets very complicated, but earlier notice would suffice for the preparation.
Meanwhile, in league matches this weekend, Ba will face Lautoka, Nandrunga clash with Nandi, Rewa take on Navo, and Suva will meet Lambasa. That was your sports for tonight. Good evening.
Government says it is still waiting for contact from its Solomon Islands counterparts to resolve the airline dispute between the two countries. This after the airline's current Honiara Nandi code share flights operated by Air New Guinea were suspended last week, forcing many passengers booked through Solomon Airlines to miss their flights. The Civil Aviation Minister Ayasaid Qayyum says Fiji's position has remained consistent and that responsibility for the dispute rested with the Solomons government. He explained the suspension includes selling seats on airlines designated by Solomon Islands as code-share partners. He said the Solomon Islands government needs to lift their flight ban to allow the normal flight schedule to resume and the two airlines to return to the negotiating table. The 2014 Agriculture Show has been launched by the Minister of Agriculture, Colonel Inia Seriratu. The theme this year is Sustainable Family Farming for Food Nutrition and Livelihood Security. $150,000 has been allocated for the event. Colonel Seriratu says farming is a business and people need to be aware of the opportunities, particularly between the production and the market.
Agriculture Show is an event that brings all the stakeholders together. And it's a perfect medium in which the new technology, the new scientific discoveries in terms of research, and of course opportunities, market opportunities that are available.
The Agriculture Show will kick off at Subrel Park in Lambasa tomorrow, followed by another at Govind Park in Ba from the 4th to the 9th of August. The Central Division show is yet to be finalized. It's weather time now with Trish.
Thanks, Jackie. Well, that was quite a downpour in Suva last night. In fact, Suva received 65 millimeters of rain until 9 a.m. today. And later today, that eased to scattered showers around Suva. As for Lambasa, had fine weather, while the other centers, Nandi, Lautoka, Ba, and Savu Savu, had fine weather also in the morning and cloudy skies and occasional showers in the afternoon. Temperatures were all in the higher 20s today. Suva and Nandi were at 26 degrees, Lautoka 28 as you can see, Savu Savu 26, and Lambasa slightly higher at 31 degrees. Tomorrow's forecast, well, you can expect Suva with occasional showers all through the day. Well, for Nandi, Lautoka, Ba, and also for Savu Savu, well, with fine weather in the morning and a chance of scattered showers in the afternoon. As for Lambasa, a chance of fine weather all day long. For you mariners, a strong wind warning remains in force for all Fiji waters easterly winds 20 to 25 knots and rough seas. This is our image of the day for this evening, taken in Levuka by our very own journalist Chanel Shivan.
Thanks so much for that, Trish. Recapping our headlines. The Fijian Elections Office has released a provisional voter roll and launched an SMS service for voters to find their polling venues. 4 flats have been destroyed in a fire in Nasinu, and Fiji Roads Authority has awarded rural road contracts to 4 local companies. Now on to our Fijian Speak segment.
Honest and listen to the people.
The leadership, all the leaders, they should listen to the people first, because people are the ones who are going to vote for them, and they'll want their views done, you know.
We should have the quality of democracy to lead the Fiji people and give us a good life, especially for the individual family.
Leaders should represent all sides of the community and also work on the economy for the benefit of everyone.
You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. And to receive the latest headlines on your mobile phone, text subspace FBC to 777. That's all from us tonight. Good evening.